Good morning, YouTube. Today, I thought I would tell you a few little stories that I have from when I lived in England. I lived there when I was 15 in Cambridge when my dad was a visiting scholar at the university. And we lived there for 1 year. And let me see, we lived in university housing, but it just looked like a normal house. It was a row house, and it was narrow and very long, and I loved that house. I loved it so much. I never lived in a house like that before, and it was wonderful. It was one room plus a hallway wide, and so in the front, we had well, I call it a living room, and you may call it a sitting room. It wasn't really a parlor. It was more of a living room or a sitting room. And we didn't go in there much except for Christmas, because there were more interesting places in the house to be. So one of my favorite places was what Americans would call the den, or the TV room. So all it was in there was a sofa and a TV. And my favorite show to watch, I had two favorite shows, and one of them was the... Okay, now Jasmine will know why I'm laughing, and any English person. Twish 1999. One of my favorite shows was The Magic Roundabout. Okay. And the other one was Top of the Pops. But I also really loved Dad's Army. And I can't find that on BBC America or anywhere on here because it's so old. It was from 1970, which is the year that we lived in Cambridge. So anyway, this lovely house had 5 bedrooms, and we have 4 children in our family, so each one of us got to have our own room. And the best room in the house was on the top floor, and it was huge and very pleasant, colorful. It had you call them dormer windows? I'm not sure. There weren't skylights, but they were on the slanted part of the ceiling. And all 4 of us wanted that room, and we couldn't all 4 of us sleep in there. There was room for it, but we couldn't all 4 of us sleep in there for the whole year. So my parents said, okay, each child gets to sleep in each room by themselves for 3 months, so that you will all have a chance to sleep in each bedroom. And so we were all fine with that. And the bedrooms were different sizes, and they weren't all as bright and airy because they were on the floor below, which was what Americans call the second floor, second story. But I believe the English call it the third story. No, first, second, the first story. Yeah. Anyway, so where was I going with this? I don't know. Okay, so let me start on another story. I have 3 this time. And, okay, we lived there in Cambridge in 1970, which is the year that they decided to change from shillings and pence to pounds and pence. And so they weren't minting pennies, which were that big. Wait, let me get it straight on. They were that huge and very heavy. And, you know, so I hated carrying those around. And then there were the smaller ones, like the halfpenny, and the coin was, I think it was kind of the size of a dime. It didn't weigh much at all. And I think there was a tuppence penny or a tuppence coin. I can't remember now. This is a long time ago when I was 15, okay? And then we had the shilling, which was 12 pennies. And wasn't it? And then I think there were 12 shillings in a pound. Okay, so they decided to go decimal, which that was the system that I grew up with in America. It was a decimal system. So no more tuppences, no more shillings. It was basically pounds and pence, which they still use today. And so I just wanted to tell you the story of the big pennies. And you are all lucky to be young enough, if you're British, or to have never lived there because of those penny coins. And every chance I got, I went around to the corner candy store and bought those white chocolate. They had white chocolate elephants, all sorts of animals that they made in, candy molds. And I think you could get 2 for a penny. And they were really good. Okay, that's my second story. And my third story is, I don't know. Anyway, the river cam was pretty much right in our backyard. We couldn't access it through the backyard because there were boathouses between our backyard and the river. They were university boathouses. And so anyway, and we got to see the college men practicing on the cam, before races and stuff like that. But we went to a race, and the town turned out for it, because I guess it's like here, people have their favorite university, college that they go for. And there was this man who was rooting for Jesus College. And we thought that it was kind of funny, because when you root on a team, you go, and then wherever your team is. And this man, he was in his 3-piece suit with a tie and a bowler hat, and watching the races, and he was cheering for Jesus College. So he's quietly yelling, "Go Jesus!" And well, being American, we'd never heard anything like that before. We never said that in church. So anyway, go Jesus. And that's my third story, and I have a million more, so I will be making more videos about my life in England. And so I hope you all have a very nice Tuesday, and I may be making another video this afternoon. We shall see. I love you all. Come back next time and see me, you hear? That's not English.